Okay, I just got their kennel cleaned out. Bed cleaned out, fresh straw. They were in there eating a minute ago. As you can see, they done made a mess on the ground. Got their waters freshened up. And see, this is what they do. See how they do down there? Well, they got these little holes all over the yard here. Y'all messing up this grass. Which I expected, but I still wanted to have enough grass here for y'all to get started on eating. So, I think what I'm going to do, I have to figure out, I'm thinking of giving them, you know, that yard there. I still want the chickens to have their tree and their shade and stuff because that's their hangout. And like I said, this is going to be temporary till they get older. But I don't have enough fencing, or I just got to figure out the fencing. Because this green piece here, it'll reach there to here but be left over, but then I don't have anything from that corner to that corner. So I have to, I don't know, I got to figure it out. Maybe I can't change the white fence because that's going to be the border there. And then if I do change it to where they're up against the white fence, which is easier, like I said, if it's not on and they get scared, they do push themselves through it. They're getting bigger now, so I don't know if they still can, but I would probably leave the solar on just to train them like I did the chickens when they were small growing up in here. That's why my chickens, so far, last couple of years, have not even attempted to fly this over this fencing, and I do not cut their wings. But I've raised these all as chicks, and they've only known this, so. Henry, is that your favorite girlfriend? Oh, is she your favorite? And I moved their water in between the feeders, which made it a little easier for them. So I got to think about this. I'm going to finish my coffee. I've only had 1 cup of coffee this morning. And of course the ducks take longer to get up and get going in the morning. I mean, they're up already, but I can come out here before daylight and they're in this pool waiting on me. And then they chat as soon as they see me coming. So it takes me longer to get them ready because of all the water and everything. But as you see, they got like holes. See where they put their beaks in there? They'd rather drink muddy water than clean water. Y'all nasty. And so I was putting blocks to stop them, but then they keep putting new holes out further and further. At least it's not right underneath the kennel, so. And like I said, this is temporary. Once I leave them loose, they'll have the whole yard, hopefully. Hopefully. They're still just a little too young yet, so a couple months. Yeah. Said he's only a couple months old. Gotta wait a little longer. A little longer, so I'm going to try and figure out what I'm going to do with this fencing. And come up with some type of creation. Give y'all a bigger yard. And then also what I want to do is, because I keep shoving stuff I need in the fencing there, so I've got an extra basket. And I got some zip ties. Whoops. Of course, those are going to fall out, of course. And then I've got their brewer's yeast, a jar of that. So I was going to hang this basket up on the side somewhere up top there. And put all my stuff in there. But now that they're in there, in my way, I got to wait. And then I got my rubber gloves. Instead, just keep throwing them away. I rinse them off until they get so worn out. Okay. Yep, going in there. I said, get them oils on that feathers. Okay, so I opened the rest of the plastic up here. And then I got my little thing here. I got their brewer's yeast and my cleaning brush. I have an extra spike. I just didn't want to leave it in the yard. And my glove. I've got a box of them inside the chicken coop, but this one's still handy if I just want to take, when I'm just prepping it, like if I'm not going to change this completely 2 and 3 times a day. So what I'll do is I'll come in here this afternoon. If there's a little bit of poo-poo, I'll take that out and just put a little bit of straw on top of that. I only completely clean it out and hose it out in the mornings. So, and then they've got their crumbles and pellets. So I gave them 2 different kinds, and one's lower than the other. So they're getting bigger, but it seems like the girls like this lower one better, so we'll keep it like that for now. And I have this cleaned out, and I think what I might do, where it's getting all muddy, where I'm hosing everything out all the time, is putting some bark down here. I got to think about that because I don't want to hurt their feet. But there's bark and sand and stuff underneath the turf. And I know some people said the turf will hurt their feet too. It depends on what kind of turf you buy. You buy that real cheapy kind. And like I said, this isn't the most expensive, but it's not the cheap one either. And this is actually soft. I mean, this is not going to hurt their feet. So it depends on the type of turf that you buy. Of course, you don't want to buy that really cheap that's really hard and rough. So this does not bother their feet. Huh. Hey, you guys are in there a lot, huh? They mostly just hang out here, though, so I'm going to get going. I got them done. They're prepped, so now I have to start with the chickens. But first, I have to go over and check on the chicks inside Chicksville, and then work my way back over here, because between the chicken yarn, the chicken coop, and the chicken run and all that, that's going to take a little extra time. And I've only had 1 cup of coffee so far. So I need to go finish another cup of coffee, and then I will be back here. And I'm thinking of I just can't get anything to grow because of the type of dirt that's down here. And I can't get them holes big enough to put topsoil down in there. So I might just say the heck with that and just do like I did last year when it got real hot. I put a tarp awning type thing up there. So I might do that this year. And I'm going to leave that. It's going to storm again today and tomorrow, sometime this afternoon, which takes me like 2 minutes to put plastic down if I need to. Yeah, see, the month of May is just, it's one of them months around here. Okay, so I got that was their bedding from last night. I just put a garbage bag in that big bucket, so that way I could just fill it up, wrap up the garbage bag, and toss everything out. So I'll be taking this into chicken run for pooper scooping and finish filling it up. What, Frank? Go in there with your girls. Okay, we got a lot of stuff to get done and think about. And here's my little Black Jersey Giants. Still growing so big. Aren't ya? Aren't ya? Look at. They're doing good. Gave them a wet feed this morning. They finished that pretty much. Huh. Huh. It's all these sounds around here, huh? Y'all lazy. Need to get up. I mean, just about ready, I guess. Not much longer. I'll put you in the big kennel. Give some more room to run around. Because I'll be needing this brooder for some new ones that are coming in this week. I think this week or next week. And these ones and this next group coming in the mail are ones that I'm going to be raising out longer before I sell them. Yes, I will. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? But they've been doing just fine out here. Huh? Yes, you have. Yes, you have. All I do is open this and they'll run. I gotta get in there and clean that plate off. Yeah. And it's actually pretty clean in here still, so I do gotta rinse out their stuff. Get their wet feet out of there, so that's how they're doing. My ducks have figured out that I gave them more yard. So they were in the kennel, they went in there, So I shut the door while I move fencing. And I may have to work on it some more still, but they have all of that. And then, like I said, I put this up here because I'm short that much on this electrical fencing. I would have to butt it right up against the kennel. And I think I did that one time and I was still like just so short. You know, I'd have to move the white fence also. And right now I have it hooked onto the side of the coop. So I need to clean my poles up. And then if I want to get in here, I've got this one here. And then I could just lift up on this one. And, you know, go in there and do whatever I need to do. And then just stick that back down into the ground again. That's temporary. Go and explore. So let me come in here. And I can do front or back, whatever. Look here. Come on over here. I'll pick my poles up in a minute, okay? And see, I've got this to where it goes all the way, so they've got all of this. And I did loop around the tree because that's where the birds hang out. They can go all the way around the kennel. They get a little space through here if they want to come through here. Plus, it makes them closer to the chickens. Acclimation, you know. And come over here and play. So they can go all the way around here. Have you ever noticed when you train animals and you move a fence on them, they don't realize they can go past that line. Come on, babies. I'm going to move the rest of my stuff here in a minute. Look, you got all this stuff to play in. I have to give them a few minutes. Now, the fence ain't there no more. It ain't there no more. And the chickens still have access, you know, in and out their coop. And like I said, I got an easy, just a temporary. I'll think of something a little easier maybe, but for right now, just to get it going. You're almost across the line. That's a little bit of the tall grass I didn't get cut all the way. Frank, she's just letting everybody know she's laying an egg. He's got to go check on her. So I got to clean up my mess, get my poles picked up, and maybe they'll venture out there some, but that gives them a lot more space. And I think I can find a little bit more of a flatter piece of ground. I think it's pretty much the same, but I want to keep the pool underneath the tree, though, because of that really hot summer days. And like I said, this is only temporary. Okay, take your nap. I'm going to clean up the rest of my mess. So to give you a different view, you know, there's where I put the green fencing. I gave the chickens their tree. And this just goes up behind the kennel there. And they still got their space. They got all that yard. They got the chicken run. There's enough. I don't have that big a flock. So the ducks have all this. Which being there, yeah, it's even closer to the chickens. They're kind of sort of, they haven't passed the line yet where the fence used to be on that side. So they've got all that, and like I said, it goes around the kennel. So that's more than enough space for them. And like I said, it's temporary, but maybe it might help save it. I need to replenish some of that grass. It never did. This is underneath the tree here, so it's hard to get grass growing right there, even though I did throw seed down there, but it takes forever. So it'll take them some time to get used to it, but this will also give me plenty enough room to clean things up. And you're getting your color of your wings in, aren't you? You're getting older. Huh? They love finding That's ducks. They like that long grass, take their naps in it. So even when I'm over here, you know, I can get in here either way because, like on this one, I just have one of those screw-in hooks there, and then I just pop off and go in there, if that's what I want to do. And use what you got. And like I said, if you buy these fencings, you do need to get some of these, because I don't know if you noticed, you see how long that is between each of the ones that come with it, that's built into it, and it droops in the middle there. So I always put one of these almost in every single one, especially the shorter fence. It's got a longer distance in between these poles here, and it just droops a lot. So I just use that. And normally what I do is I find my sweet spot on the ground, and then I just hook that inside of whatever one fits it to where it's, because you know that very bottom wire there is not hot when the solar's on. It's just the ones up it. Huh. I know. Okay, I'll check on them later. Maybe they'll get used to their new space. Because now that they're getting bigger, and like I said, it might make it easier on the grass and stuff. I don't have much grass underneath the tree, but that's fine. Once this gets growing, I've been planting different kinds of grass seed. And the last bag I bought was basically pasture seed. So it's got different things that animals like in it, and I've been throwing that down. So, and I just trimmed the leaves, that stuff sprouting out in between that fencing off. So, I think they got big enough space. We'll see how they do. I coaxed them out over here with some peas. It's their favorite. Huh. I did mash it up for them when they were small. What are you doing in there? I threw some peas in that. I know they have to have water to eat. So I brought that little thing of water, but I did have some peas down at the bottom of it. I gave you your treat. So this is going to be the other thing when I let them loose with everybody else. Might have to do treats a little differently, but that's why I want to wait till they get older. I mean, they look big enough. Really, they're still babies. They're just now getting that one color wing in first. Call it the blue wing or whatever. Henry's not. He's starting to get a little bit of a green shine on his head. See, you're past the fence line. So right there was where they were. I got them up here a little bit. And I noticed if I want them to go somewhere, if they want them, I want them to eat the grass or whatever, there's got to be water nearby. So I've got that little waterer down there. And they use that to eat grass around it. Because they need the water to wash it down with. Whatever they eat. So, just going to have a few pails of water laying around, I guess. Yeah, try this grass. New grass. You might like it better. And I still don't have the solar on. Haven't had a reason to yet. No, I gave you guys some before I came in here. Fluffy Butt, what are you doing back there? see, they're almost at the end of their fence there. Get out of there. You're too big for that. And they'll climb in anything that's got water in it. Yeah, play around at this end a little bit. Stretch your legs. Okay, that was their treat for the day. They get a can of peas a day. And then, of course, you know, they got their feed and their grass and their weeds. And, and as they get a little older, we'll start introducing some other types of treats and scratch and stuff like that. I did pick up some duck treats, but it's kind of hard, so I did throw some down there and hose them, get them wet, and I put some in the pool. It looks like they ate the ones that, well, there's still some in there. The water looks really dirty, but I still see the bottom of it, so it's still good. So I think that's basically for older ducks, but it's wet. They'll eat it once they get around to it. Okay. I see you looking at me. What? What? You don't get nothing else. That's it. That's it. I don't have anything else. Go back down there and play. I see you looking at me. What? I don't have anything else. That's it. You get one can. I ain't gonna stuff you with peas. I'd rather you be eating the grass and the weeds and stuff. We'll give you a little treat later on, okay? Okay? That's gonna be it. What? turn the head sideways so they stare at you. Get on in there with the rest of them. Okay, well that got them started anyway, so maybe that'll help to freshen up this grass some. I need to put some more grass seed down. Alright, it's gonna storm pretty soon. Got the cows out there. Mama finally had her baby. Calf's out there up over that hill. She's out grazing while it's napping, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna go sit down for a little bit. I know what you want. You ain't getting it right now. Okay, so I got done pooper scooping. I ran the mop a little bit. You know, I'm still trying to get some of the paint up, but it'll eventually come up. Ah, see, it's just a coop. The girls don't matter, do you? And this one here, it follows me everywhere. She wants an egg. I'll probably look for a small one and throw it out in the yard, which I think there is a small one in here. Yeah, that's pretty small. Watch this. Frank, look what I got. Tell the girls. Tell the girls. I always break them. That gets them out of my hair too. And like I said, they will not go in the nesting boxes and break one. They'll only eat them if I break them and throw them out there. I mean, that's just the way it's always been. I know, baby. Sorry, teenagers, you're like bottom of the ladder. Got the other two out there. There, that. 3 of them usually hang together. That's all you get unless I find another small one. Okay, and I got the chicken run kennel cleaned out, and I'm leaving the tarp down because it's going to storm. And she was finally able to get off by herself in here. One of the teenagers, my Cuckoo Marianne, so I snuck her a little treat. There's the other teenager. Over here, come here. Come on. And I got the eggs out of those boxes, so that's good. And like I said, eventually, within the next few weeks, I am gonna start making them go in the coop at night. But they got plenty of time. I don't need this kennel right now. And I do leave, like I said, I leave that tarp down right now, so when it's storming, they don't get wet at night. So I got that cleaned up, got the coop cleaned up, got the ducks taken care of, the chicks taken care of. I just about have my bucket full. I was going to move these blocks, but when it's hot, that's what holds my fan in between. So they don't knock it over until I get them a different fan. And I did fill their thing up with some sand. I don't think I put enough dirt in it, though. I know, baby. Go on in there. Because they rather dig in the real dirt and make their own sand baths in it, which that's fine with me. It's over there out of my way. I won't trip in them. So I probably have to mix this up a little bit more, put a little bit more dirt in it. So all I have to do now is put a little feed out here. I've already got water. I think I've got everybody in that's outside of the house taken care of. Okay? Y'all clean now. I'm going to go sit down, and then while it's raining, I'm going to work on my back porch, which is seriously needed. Y'all been taking first place for a long time now. I know, babies, you need to go in the coop and not just walk through it. You got to get used to it. You're going to go. I got your own little personal perches up there on the wall, so you don't have to get up there with the big girls. Get all by yourself. Okay. I'm going to bag this up, get this out in the trash, and get my other buckets hosed out, get those put aside. And I did a little pooper scooping out here. I did a little bit along the side of the yard down there, but not the whole yard yet, and it's going to rain, so I'm going to wait. Maybe I'll get lucky, and it'll wash some of it away, and I won't have to do so much pooper scooping out there in the yard. But I do pooper scoop out in the yard also. The best I can. I don't spend all day long out there, but just, I get what is noticeable and easy to pick up with the pooper scooper. And of course, every time it rains, it, washes a lot of that down through there. Good fertilizer. What, Frank? And I threw some more seed out through there, so I just keep doing that. Yeah, I do. We are looking for some treats. I had treats thrown in there earlier. Those are the teenagers. Get up on your perch. It's going to rain pretty soon. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find me a tarp and get rid of that piece of plastic and make my awning out there. Maybe today or tomorrow. That way they get that cross breeze. The only reason, because when it rains, I don't care that it comes in through here, but they perch up there, and I didn't want the rain coming in on them while they're on their perches. So I'm going to switch some more things around. Here we go again.